prior to the beginning of this game, the Terminants, which have been confined to their own farm planets, harvested for Element 710, have broken loose. And Helldivers are being mobilized once more to deal with this threat, but also the brand new race. They seem to be called the Automatons, they work as full robots. It might not be a bad idea to put them in their place too. You're going to be playing as a Helldiver. They go through training. Very thorough training. And are frozen until needed. Our cryogenic technology is second to none. When you start to play as a Helldiver, they've just been defrosted and ready to command their super destroyer. In the game of Helldivers 2, you are going to spend most of your time in combat, fighting enemies. Everything that's happening outside of the mission when you're on your ship is about strategy. The galactic map shows you the current situation of the war. It shows you what planets are super Earth planets, what planets are being covered by some sort of enemy scum, and where the battlefront is. And as the Helldiver, you get to decide exactly what planet you're going to fight on, what enemies you're going to go against. You get to make quite a number of choices there. At the same time, the Galactic War is the place where Super Earth High Command is going to be communicating out to Helldivers across the galaxy. They'll be letting you know what the current top military priority is. They are broken out into two types of orders, major orders and personal orders. Major orders are big, long-lasting things that the community as a whole is working towards. These are things that are central to the story. There are ways in which you can be a major contributor to changing the face of the galaxy itself. That's going to take the combined effort of Helldivers across the galaxy working toward that type of goal. On the personal order level, something that you and your squad can do all together, maybe you'll be sent off to kill a couple of really terrifying enemies, and only in a specific way. And if you do it exactly in that way, you'll get a reward for having done the good work of Super Earth.
An operation is a number of missions. On lower difficulties you have fewer missions. As you go into higher difficulties, you get more missions per operation. In a mission, you don't simply have one thing that you're doing. You need to shoot the nuclear missile, you need to start up the generators for it, you need to find the launch codes. These are objectives spread out on the map. There's also secondary optional objectives. You don't have to do it, but you are rewarded if you do. Sometimes you find an artillery gun that you can load up and then you can use that artillery gun. But there's also hostile ones. There are artillery emplacements, buildings that disables you from using your stratagems, gooey bug structures that spreads fog. You have your Helldiver destroyer. It can be upgraded. In the ship management, you buy bigger guns, better eagles, and to get those, you need samples. You find them on the level. You need to extract to get your samples with you to your ship. The requisition you use to buy stratagems. You get it mainly by just doing your missions. Most of your personal equipment, like your armor, your helmet, primary weapons, grenades, those are acquired in your warbond. And in the warbond you need medals. You get medals from doing operations. You also get it from doing orders. You have a lot of stuff that you as a player get to choose from and create a loadout that fits your playstyle.
The Galactic War isn't just that though. It's also a place where we, as the developers, can interact with you, watching what you are doing, watching how the community is playing, and maybe, if appropriate, giving you just the weapon you need to push yourself over the edge. Or maybe, if it's the right time in the story, seeing a negative consequence and giving you an added challenge. We don't think that many other games are going to be able to offer what Helldivers 2 can. We love our game, and we want you to love our game just as much as we do. And we want to be part of it. We want to be part of it together alongside you. So, pre-order Helldivers 2 and let us play alongside you.
Helldivers 2 is a tactical third-person cooperative action shooter. Hi, I'm Johan Pilestedt. I'm the CEO and creative director of Arrowhead. One thing that will be really familiar in Helldivers 2 for returning players is the stratagem system. For those of you that are new, this is the ace up your sleeve. It's a system that allows you to interface with the many elements of the Super Earth arsenal, such as the Super Earth Destroyer, the Eagle Fighter, and the multitude of weapons and equipment that you can call down as you play the game. My favorite stratagem in Helldivers 2 is the Gatling Sentry. A killing machine unleash its devastating firepower into a swarm of enemies is truly a wondrous sight with this new third-person perspective.
The mission you're playing is a big part of choosing your strategies. My name is Michael Eriksson and I'm a game director at Arrowhead Game Studios. If you're facing off against a heavily armored foe, you want to bring specialized armor-penetrating weapons. But if you're blowing up a bug hive, make sure to bring orbital barrages or other highly explosive stratagems.
The armor system that we've developed in the game is inspired by real firearms fired against armored targets. So this means that a shot at a shallow angle will get deflected and not penetrate the intended target.
When you choose your armor, make sure it fits your intended playstyle. If you want to play as a tank, pick a heavy armor with high resistance. I usually play with the light armor because of the increased mobility and decreased enemy detection range.
In Helldivers 2, death is cheap. You'll die to most of everything, even including your own friend's misplaced orbital bombardment.
Every time a Helldiver is reinforced, that's a new citizen, finally fulfilling the Super Earth dream that they've fantasized about from early childhood. This is just a small piece of what we have planned for Helldivers 2.
And we can't wait to hear about your experiences once this game launches later this year. Spread managed democracy.
Helldivers to Hellpods.
Reinforcing!
Hellpod launch initiated.
How about a nice cup of liberty? Sending out an SOS!
Freedom forever!
The freedom to travel the galaxy and secure the resources we need to build a better tomorrow. The freedom to encounter fascinating life forms and introduce them to our sophisticated technology. The freedom to make new friends and represent the best of what Super Earth has to offer. Become part of an elite peacekeeping force and work together to spread prosperity, liberty, and democracy. Become part of something larger than yourself. Become a hero. Become a legend. Become a Helldiver.